Hola, hola, hola. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Today, I am live here with you on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, and I just want to say, ooh, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Okay, anyway, hola, soy MartiAngel. Gracias por estar aquí en el podcast show de Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Today's episode is really and especially important. But if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell. And if what I have to say resonates with you or you know somebody that can use these empowering words, make sure to share the episode so that we can empower more and more mujerpreneurs, whether they're BIPOC mujerpreneurs, Latina mujerpreneurs. We are all in this together. ¿Por qué? Porque juntas podemos más. So in today's episode, the reason I said that it was really, really important is because we are standing at the edge of the holidays, right? And many seasoned mujerpreneurs are feeling, really feeling, están escuchando, están viendo, están sintiendo la presión de esta temporada navideña, ¿verdad? So the feeling, the joy, the expectations, the deadlines, the invisible pressure to keep producing, all of those things. If you are a content creator like I am, you're creating content. And for me, as a podcaster, I drop a podcast every week. But I know that during this time, during the month of December, everything kind of gets really crazy. So I had been thinking about this a lot, and I was thinking that, as a servant leader, how can you actually set yourself up to serve your community in a bigger, better way? And then I thought, you cannot serve anyone until you serve yourself first. So let me begin with this truth, and I'm going to say it slowly and very intentionally for those of you that are out there. For those of you mujerpreneurs that are struggling in this time on whether or not you should continue creating content or for these next couple of weeks, or can you just pull back, kind of disappear so that you can take care of family matters or other matters, maybe health matters, that are important to you. So I am here. I am the host of the Mujer de Éxito Unbounded, MartiAngel, saying, it's okay to pause. Servant leaders pause. That's what I am taking. And I'm really, really encouraging you to take the same thing. A servant leader's pause. Una pausa de líderes es sumamente importante. A servant leader's pause is not because they are weak, and it's not because they lack discipline, but because they understand wisdom, timing, and self-leadership. And that's what I'm talking about today. Estoy hablando de una pausa que te va a ayudar a ser más exitosa en el año entrante, ¿verdad? So, I want you to think about this. If you've been kind of waiting for a sign, here it is. This is for you. You as a servant leader, you need to understand the wisdom, the timing, and the self-leadership that goes with taking a pause for yourself. For yourself. And that's so incredibly important, guys. Now, as servant leaders, we don't just lead businesses, My goodness, mujeres, hermosas, chulas. What you do is you don't just lead your business. You lead if you have, dogs, plants, or whatever. You lead them. You lead your community. You lead your family. You lead yourself. But here's the thing that you need to understand. We must lead ourselves first. Tienen que comprender que primero tenemos que liderar con nosotras mismas. Y ese liderazgo comienza con conciencia. Es muy importante que empiece tu liderazgo con conciencia. I want to share openly that I am taking 2 intentional weeks off from December 20th through January 5th. Yes, as a content creator, I understand that I can't keep going and pushing because that's going to lead me to burnout. And this pause is not an absence. It is not an absence. You've got to get that out of your head. It is not an absence. It is an alignment. It is for you to align yourself with your goals for the incoming year. It is for you to take all the good that you've done this year, focus and realign it and reaffirm it and do whatever you got to do, and then hit the ground running in 2026. So this alignment that I am taking for myself, it is me practicing and walking the talk, because you guys all know that I'm all about walking the talk, practicing what I teach, leading myself with care so I can return grounded, clear, and fully present for the mujeres, the MujerPreneur, the community of Rock Your Biz Academy, to all of you that I serve. Because como líderes, servidoras, no solo lideramos nuestros negocios, sino que las comunidades, las familias, y nos lideramos a nosotras mismas. Y eso tiene que tener la ventaja de ser la primera cosa en la línea de las cosas que van a hacer. Ese liderazgo que tú tienes comienza con conciencia. It's so important for you to understand that being a servant leader is about being a leader with conscience, with compassion. And that compassion has to start with how you treat yourself. Hey, everybody. If you are just joining me, thank you for being here. I am MartiAngel, the host of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell if you're watching me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel. And if you're listening to me wherever you listen to your favorite shows, gracias por estar aquí. Make sure to share out, download the episode and share it out. Quiero compartir. Okay, let's get back to the message. Quiero compartir abiertamente que estaré tomando 2 semanas intencionales de descanso del 20 de diciembre hasta el 5 de enero. Yes, I'm taking time off from the 20th of December to January 5th. And this is a pause. Esta es una pausa, no es una ausencia. It's not an absence, it is a pause. It is a pause for me to be able to align myself and reflect on where I am going next year. Es poner en práctica lo que enseño. Tengo que yo personalmente liderarme con cuidado y compasión para poder regresar más centrada, clara y completamente presente para las mujeres a las que yo sirvo. And this season asks something different of us. This is the Christmas season. This is the season of giving. This is the season of receiving. This is the season to take care of ourselves, our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health. So this season asks us something very different. It asks something different for all of us. It asks for a reflection instead of a reaction. Let me repeat that. This season is one of reflection instead of reaction. Integration instead of intensity. So today, I want to walk you through 3 vital actions that you can take right now to close the year with peace and step into the next year, 2026, with motivation, not with burnout because you were too tired to, create the kind of content that's worthy of you. So let's begin with action number 1. Let's reflect without judgment. Before you plan anything new, and yes, I'm repeating myself, before you plan anything new, please, I'm talking to you, and to you, and to you. Before you plan anything, pause and look back gently. And remember, this is not a performance review. This is not a place for you to criticize yourself and look at everything that's gone wrong. This is a moment of honest witnessing. I want you to ask yourself, what flowed with ease this year? Quiero que empiecen a preguntarse self-coaching questions. You know that I'm all about teaching you how to self-coach yourself, especially now when things are so expensive and coaching is so expensive. You can learn to coach yourself, or you can join a coaching community like the one that I have for way less than you can just hire a coach that gives you all kinds of videos to follow and all kinds of things to read and all kinds of things to do, and maybe one Zoom a week, maybe one Zoom a month, whatever it is. The point is that it is crazy. You've got to flow with ease, and sometimes at the back of our head, if we're thinking, oh my gosh, this is too expensive, you're not really going to unfold the success you want to unfold. So we need to look at what happened last year. What felt draining? What actions did you take that you procrastinated on? What felt, heavy? ¿Qué sentiste este año? Es para reflejar y pensar, ¿qué sentiste? ¿Cuáles fueron las cosas pesadas? ¿Cuáles fueron las cosas que te chupan la energía? Y luego también quiero que te preguntes, ¿dónde, en qué parte de mi vida hubo este crecimiento? Where did I have growth, even quiet growth? Where? You've got to reflect, and that reflection done with compassion is what heals you. Let me repeat that. Reflection done with compassion heals. Reflection done with judgment wounds. Yes, that is so incredibly important for you to really assimilate into every cell of your being. So I'm going to repeat my little phrase. Reflection done with compassion heals you. Reflection done with judgment wounds you. Quiero que recuerden esto. You are not behind. You are becoming. So I want you to stop saying, ooh, I am so behind. I want you to say, I'm becoming, I am becoming, I am becoming. Because when you are becoming, you are a creator, and we're at our best when we create. So everything you experience this year, every lesson, every delay, every breakthrough served a purpose. Even the things that didn't make sense at the time, amigas hermosas chulas, that was a lesson. And that was self-respect. Esto es autorrespeto. So now action number 2, I want you to create benchmarks that support your life instead of creating benchmarks that burn and burn you out. So many women, and I've seen it over and over, and I've been there. So many women set goals that look good on paper, but that feel heavy in real life. So what happens? You put them over here, you keep looking at them, and the more you look at them, the less you do them, but the more guilt you feel. So this year, este año, las invito, I invite you to try something different. Instead of pressure-based goals, choose 3 intentions for the year ahead. And then pair up each intention with one supportive benchmark. Not a hustle, not an overwhelm, but support. Okay. Now, you're asking me, Marti, what are you talking about? What is setting an intention all about? Well, my intention is, right? If your intention is peace, then your benchmark might be fewer launches and more consistency. If your intention is clarity, your benchmark could possibly be a simplified offer or more focused work days. You see, hermosas, chulas mujeres, this is about self-care. Being a servant leader is about learning to have your self-care in order. If you're listening to me on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, remember to subscribe and hit that bell. This is me. I'm the host of MartiAngel. I'm the host of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded. Yes, I'm all dolled up for the Christmas spirit. My Grinchy Grinch. And then my hat. I wish I would have had a Grinch hat, a Grinch little Christmas hat. Something, maybe not a Santa hat, but whatever. Anyway, success doesn't have to feel exhausting to be real. El éxito sostenible honra tu energía. Y ahí es donde vamos a honrar nuestra energía. We want to honor our energy. The approach that honors, you want to take an approach of honoring, and this approach honors where you are in your season of life, not where someone else says you should be, or not where someone else is shooting all over you, like even you are shooting all over you, and thinking, I got to be here, I got to be there. No, that's not what it's about. So, action number 3, okay? Number three, action number 3. Choose the feeling first. Choose the feeling first. Before you pick up the planner, before you create a strategy, before you write your to-do list, ask yourself this powerful self-coaching question. How do I want to feel next year? Again, let me repeat the self-coaching question so that you can share it out. How do I want to feel next year? Example, feeling calm. Maybe you want to feel confident. Maybe you want to feel clear. Maybe you just want to be energized or have more space. So you have to choose the feeling first. Escoge el sentimiento, el sentir primero. El sentir primero. ¿Quieres un año de calma? ¿Quieres un año con confianza? ¿Quieres un año de claridad? ¿Quieres un año de energética? ¿Quieres un año espaciosa? You have to choose how you want to feel first. When you choose the feeling first, everything else aligns naturally. Goals become clearer. Decisions become easier. Boundaries feel less heavy. Desde ese lugar, from that space, no hay prisa, solo propósito. There is, from that space, there's no hurry. There's only purpose. So now, let's talk about something that often gets misunderstood in business spaces. And I see this quite often. People think that self-care means going for a couple hours and getting a massage. That's not the performative kind. That's not the reward yourself after burnout kind. You know, how many times do we push, and say, after, then I'm going to go, or then I'm going to take, or then I'm going to see. No, I'm talking about strategic self-care. Let me repeat that. I am talking about strategic self-care, the kind servant leaders practice. So here are 3 ways to care for yourself during this season. First off, this is what I call the CEO level rest. This is an intentional rest, mornings without rushing, days without output, saying no without explaining. Rest is not laziness. Rest, mujeres hermosas, chulas, is leadership. Rest is leadership. Maintenance. Rest is leadership maintenance. Rest is leadership maintenance. Let that be your mantra. Rest is leadership maintenance. And I know if you are like me, type A personality, I mean, I just said that, and right now in my head was like, no, it's not. And I felt that tug, inner tug. So you got to feel it. Rest is leadership maintenance. Yes. And second thing, I want you to take care of your nervous system. Nervous system care means gentle movements, means breath work. Move like you think an angel would move. Gratitude before getting out of bed. Gratitude as you fall asleep. Quiet walks without noise. Estar en un cuarto con el sol brillando, sin ruido, sin podcasts, sin tu teléfono. A regulated nervous system makes wiser decisions. Let me repeat that. A regulated nervous system makes wiser decisions. So I want you to practice that. And the third thing I want you to practice during this special sacred time is your sacred planning time. This is you. Plan in a way that makes you feel good. Perhaps maybe lighting a candle, perhaps spraying room spray that's lavender or essential oils or whatever that you just inhale, rest. Turn planning into a ritual. Light a candle, journal, choose one word for the year, or you can choose one word for every month. Focus your vision first, timelines later. Vision first, timelines later. Because why, Marty? Why? Because, as I have seen in my coaching practice, this is where clarity is born. When you vision first and work about the timeline later, clarity is born. So I want you to know that if you're feeling the pull to slow down, that, my friends, is not failure. It is intuition. It is your soul speaking to you. And if you're craving support as you reflect and prepare for the year ahead, don't worry, I got you. I've created aligned tools and resources, and they're in my store designed specifically to support you, the seasoned mujerpreneur who values sustainability, clarity, and ease. So let this season, mujeres hermosas, chulas, let this season be different. Let the rest be intentional. Let reflection be kind. Let your goals emerge from an aligned, beautiful person, not a pressured, burnt out soul. Remember this, querida. Acuérdate de esto. Servant leaders pause. And from that pause, they rise grounded, clear, and ready to lead with heart and soul. So as you think about this, mujeres hermosas chulas, and if this is resonating with you, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell on the Coach MartiAngel YouTube channel, or if you're listening to me wherever you listen to the podcast, make sure that you share this, download this episode and share it out. And take that much needed servant leader's pause. You were looking for a message today, and this is it. I am giving you permission. And from that pause, you will rise grounded, you will rise clear, and ready to lead in 2026 with heart. Mujeres hermosas chulas, this is the last podcast of the year. As I said today, I am going to example and lead, walk. I walk the talk, so I'm telling you that 2 weeks to take off it's a pause. It's a pause for reflection, for regrouping, for redoing whatever it is you want to redo without feeling the negative pressure, without feeling the negative guilt, without feeling all of it. Because true leaders that are compassionate and care and that will rise are servant leaders. Mujeres hermosas chulas, may you have the most beautiful Christmas season ever. That is my wish. That is my prayer for you. And may you also have the most beautiful new year you can possibly have. Thank you, hermosas chulas. This is MartiAngel, your host of Mujer de Éxito Unbounded, saying, I am pausing for 2025, and I will see you all the first week, January of 2026. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Namaste.